all set. As O2 Ardeont, Oxygen Ardeont take on the Foxes.
All right, so going to be seeing Stellar actually. I was going to say, flexing onto the Genji. That's not correct. That's Ivy's role. Going to be staying with the Sombra. So mirror compositions coming through here. Moira on both sides, not trying to reinvent the wheel like Panthera did with the opening of the Zenyatta. So going to be about managing the Winston and the tank battle for the most part here as we head into City Center. Sasha very aggressively positioned right now, looking to get a very aggressive hack.
Jump in from above. We'll go ahead, get that hack down there onto the Winston. Now he's going to be on the low ground. Yakpunk going low. They're trying to spam him back up there from the side of Violet. Still, you can see that accuracy, even from the Sombra at range, helping to punish him. And Adora chasing forward will be able to go ahead and get the first kill of this game. Baba as well, kiting to the back, will get popped out of the mech. He'll get taken down, and Foxes find a very early cap here on City Center.
O2 Ardeont having a very much, I feel, not, I don't want to call it uncoordinated, but a very much telegraphed dive, whereas Fox had the better setup. Sasha doubled Stellar's EMP build charge with this fight, and they also win the fight. Because Sasha came in at an angle where when they clashed in the center, Deed was able to do maximum amounts of healing, leads to 20% of ult himself, and Sasha gets the flank, gets the hack, gets all that extra damage, so he's about to have the first defensive EMP here, and they don't even have good tracking as to where he is.
Everybody was very grouped up, but as you say that, Stellar just managed to find Sasha.
Yeah.
They can't kill him. Coalescence coming out from either side. He's going to jump forward, throws down that EMP. They just leap it on top of Violet. They haven't killed him yet. Humble will be able to finish him off, but Sasha does pay for that one with his life. Still in control of the point are the Foxes, as O2 lose out onto Hababa. So it seems like might be able to maintain this control here for a little while longer. Stellar throws down the EMP. They get Knockstand out of the mech. So far that flip has not come through. Foxes keeping this one in contention as Pummel leaps back in, finds another kill. Take it down Stellar. They will go ahead, hound down range, shoving him all the way back towards the spawn.
So efficient with how they use the EMP into the primal rage, buying that time. Ooh, getting the stagger kill here onto Climax. That's not what O2 Ardeont wants to see. And because Stellar, his EMP was completely wasted, he doesn't actually have much he can do in terms of approach here. They use so many tools that their best bet now is going to be a Tracer pick. Oh, look at this, zoning with the self-destruct.
Yeah, but a nice bubble does come down there from Yakpunk, the sound barrier. Perfectly timed to help keep Baba alive. Almost lost the mech. And now we'll have it here for the rest of the fight. Yakpunk's going to go ahead, uses that primal rage, tries to keep them in the corner, trying to get that lockdown there on Overwatch. Will not be able to do so. And Sasson is just doing work in the back line. Climax and Humbaba both taken out by this Sombra. And now sound barrier out from the Foxes to go ahead and continue this hold. They're into OT. They're looking at closest one out, 100-0, and just might be able to do it.
Stand one gets the remake
back in. The fade comes through. They chase it. They take down Violent Rain as well. Down to half HP, and Stellar out of the fight as he gets closer and closer to that EMP. Not going to have it available, and I think the Foxes might just be able to pull this one off. Sasson throws down that EMP. Baba's knocked out. He'll die. And it looks like 100-0 going to be completed. Last second tag in there from Climax, now Yakpunk, but everybody just getting ripped apart as they try to step in, and City Center very dominantly goes to Foxes with pretty much everybody on fire on that roster.
Staggering the ultimates there, leading with the Coalescence to make sure that they could keep Stand One alive. He got demeched regardless, but they waited and then used the sound barrier that helped Stand One survive. He got a remech from his pilot diva, not from a self-destruct, but actually just earning it in the middle of a team fight because he was protected so well. And then right when it looked like the fight might turn, that's when the sound barrier came through from Oporochi. So just really careful usage of the ultimates. These both these support ultimates got Stand One remexed and got Pumple able to use his primal rage. Ult efficiency here is the key, and is what they used with the ult lead they had after getting that fight and wasting Stellar's EMP. Climax is going to be looking for long range hit scan again here, playing to his strengths on the Soldier, but they need to make sure they can deal with Stand One, otherwise Soldier just simply is not going to be very effective.
No Reinhardt from either side. So Winston's go ahead, push down here onto the point. Bubble comes through from Yakpunk. He's going to leap back over to the side, trying to keep himself alive. And Sasson's been taken out of the fight, so a decent start here for the side of O2. Want to get this first cap, and with How far back the Foxes are kiting. Seems like they might be able to just get this for themselves.
Yep.
So last second contest, so yeah, first one just going to be handed over.
They got the Mega Pack to the left side there for them, for O2 Ardeont's perspective. You can see a pack right there.
Adaptation here.
And also then we're able to kill Sasha, so preventing him from getting the Mega Pack. We are going to see this switch to Reaper here, but they get onto the point. O2 Ardeont respecting the Reaper pick, but getting the high ground here means he can't really do much damage in this fight right now.
And they nearly hand that one over, but now that Hababa comes down here onto the low ground, he'll just get ripped apart. Adora with the shotguns, and Need here with the Coalescence just chunks them out. The flip's going to come through. Just half a second more would be able to get it, and with these kills spilling over, Violet and Climax going down, just have to chase Rain out of there. This should just about be the handoff here. Yakpung goes into the lower end, gets the Primal Rage ready to go. Will also stagger himself a little bit. So very quick flip comes over for the Foxes. 35% is all that Oxygen Ardeont were able to claim for themselves. There's nearly a Death Blossom on that one push.
Yeah, they are running the, now Ardeont, the Zenyatta, so I like the choice of switching Climax over to the McCree. It's going to help them burst through the tanks and then outrange the Reaper. Really nice usage of this Transcends actually by Violet, but they need to get more than just control over this zone. They need to get Climax into position, and so far it is working. He's completely uncontested right now, bursting these tanks down, preventing the remake here.
The hit there, yeah, on a stand, they'll take him down, and gets the flashbang in onto Need. They lock him up, everybody can pile in, and it's literally 36 to the 35. Ardeont take control yet again.
So Climax now has positional advantage over the Reaper. Let's see if Foxes want to try to force this, but it's going to be expensive in order to do so. They are not. They're not even going to use the Death Blossom. They're going to switch Adora back to the Tracer. Getting onto the point of use a Death Blossom would have cost them more ults than it's worth, and it might have still failed. So love this
Stellar
choice.
pushes forward, drops down the EMP, finds multiple members, but now it's going to be a sound barrier on both sides as Ardeont takes the fight to the Foxes. Stellar going to jump back, Deadeye ready to go. Climax has to go ahead, peel back as the self-destruct comes in. Gonna be staying alive here for the moment, and now the Coalescence comes down. Deadeye has been popped. It seems like no kills to come of that one. Now I'm gonna pop out onto the mech. Stand one will get knocked out in the end as Stellar takes him down, finds the flashbang, finds the headshot. Sasson locked down, and Ardeont look to make this a 1-1 on Oasis to try to finish things off on Garden.
Remember, this was always going to be about high mobility dive, trying to approach the point for Foxes with their playstyle versus Climax playing like XC, the protected McCree. This long-range hit scan he's so good at, he's so accurate with, making it very difficult for Foxes to flip this. They don't have an EMP yet, so they're going to have to delay here without support ultimates to make it happen. This is all on Sashin right now.
He's getting jumped on, stand one in a bit of a odd D.Va battle here as they just go back and forth. Adora finds a kill, finds another one there. As Obama gets popped out of the mech, Pulse Bomb comes in to help just get rid of the tank line. O2 gonna have to regroup. As the flip comes in, they have plenty of time. Foxes just now moving up in 45.
Normally when you're at 45 to 99 where you feel pretty bad, you know your opponent's gonna have more ultimates than you, but this is a McCree approach composition for O2 Ardeont, so Foxes, if they're hoping that he sticks with the McCree because it's gonna be so difficult to approach. They saved the EMP, didn't need it in that last fight, so that's gonna shut down one push. I hope. Big awesome. EMP.
Yeah, throws that one in, immediately jumps away the translocator. The rest of the team will chase forward and do his dirty work for him. Adora goes in, finds Yakpung yet again, has been focusing down that enemy Winston. Now we'll hear Pupple using the Primal Rage. Stellar has his own EMP ready to go. He's going to be waiting here for the full team to gather up to make sure that they can capitalize on this, get the flip, and try to win it here.
That's a big win that Pupple used the Primal Rage because that's going to make it much easier to kill him for the next approach. Although Adora looking for the backline, they cannot lose Climax. He has to be the carry DPS here. Stellar
he can't use the EMP. He's been eliminated. Beautiful target selection there from Sasson. Just focuses him down, and Adora finds the Pulse Bomb kill there onto Violet, but he and Pumple have both fallen. Humbaba going low, popped out of the mech, does not use that self-destruct. But maybe he should have just been trying to get back into the mech. He's now going to get punished, and OT is ticking down for Ardeont. They need this win to push it over to Gardens to try to take Oasis, but they are just getting ripped apart now.
Yeah, they just could not get back onto the point. Stellar buying some time here, but his team is not with him. He can translocate away, but he's not going to be able to get the EMP to win this fight. He's buying time with Transcends. Violet is right now as they do get onto the point.
He pushes in, they go forward, sound barrier in. Stellar uses the EMP, and they just find the one kill onto Need. Because Overwatch has his own sound barrier to keep the team in the fight. Sasson, EMP ready to go, jumps up onto the high ground, comes right back in, catches everybody that's in onto the point. And Foxes, can they take the fight? Adora finds Stellar, Rage goes down, Climax is out, it's just the tanks. Primal Rage there from Youngpunk, he tries to lay this. Obama out of the mech, he's dead, Pulse Bomb finishes him off, and now it's literally just the Winston alone. Finds the 1 kill, but Need comes up with the finish, and that is gonna be Foxes taking Oasis 2-0.
Very well played by Sasha in every aspect of this. So well played. Making sure the EMP could not be the opening to get the McCree onto the point, just shutting it down there. Stellar, excuse me, I keep reading the grid. Stellar unable to use the EMP, and then they were pushed up. Their entire engaged potential was Stellar's EMP to then open the point for the damage to come out from Climax's McCree. They pushed so far up, but that left them vulnerable to dive. That's where Stellar's EMP was supposed to come in to ruin the fight, to ruin the dive. Say, you come to me, I'm going to hit you with these EMPs, and you won't be able to escape, you won't be able to use your abilities to win the fight. Then the damage comes through. However, it was shut down by Sasha, it's hacked there, and so unfortunately, it all fell apart. Climax never able to regain control of the point, never able to use that Deadeye, switched back to Tracer, and they had to go back to square one to reapproach the point. That's why I said when it was a 45 to 99 split, it was still advantage onto the Foxes because they had positional advantage. It's so difficult to get a McCree onto the point against EMP, against such great hacking there, preventing the Sombra from opening up the door to get the McCree into range to do damage.
Was some great stuff there from the Foxes, and yeah, you gotta say Sasha right now making a great argument for himself as the MVP, at least of Oasis. Getting that hack onto Stellar completely upset them.
It says Climax there, by the way, with that sign. Yeah, a lot of sad faces.
A lot of sad faces, another Climax sign coming through, the Widowmaker and the McCree. The latter not so much working out for him, but I'm sure we're gonna see the Widowmaker as we get ready to move into Hybrid.
Go Foxes!
A May and a Widowmaker Pachimari. That's actually pretty neat. Those have to be, you know, handmade. So
pretty cool stuff.
Somebody
here.
Feeling pretty creative.
I like the sign. Nice shy. It says there.
With an eggplant.
Yeah.
Maybe it's supposed to be like die, but it's like shy.
Yeah,
instead.
I think you're totally on the money. It says O2 fighting. Another. Looks like official O2 Ardeont fan sign to the right, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, you
only drawings.
You didn't draw that. If you did, then you're pretty good, but we know better. You're not gonna fool us.
So left a planned card at home, so this is being sad.
Some hearts there from O2 Ardeont.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. So basically, he said he made it, but his girlfriend lost it. So,
well, that's
talking about the sign that was missing.
That's a shame.
Well, this is a cool boosting diva sign here. It says
with a Roadhog
says I'm flying to the round of 8, aka playoffs.
I mean, you're talking about the diva, but I'm talking about the Roadhog mask that they got going on right now.
I can't see it very well. I was reading the sign, but
why are you hiding your face? There's already a mask on it.
Well, this is a very scared frog. So
just says always hide.
Yeah, no one's hiding from Climax's Widow. I saw this sign earlier. There's just all the names of the Foxes. Really nice. What's the word for this? Not calligraphy, but penmanship. Yeah, penmanship. good. You know, good handwriting. That sign's got good handwriting. All right.
Like calligraphy is a specific style.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what's the like, you know, non-specific Chinese writing style for handwriting? Oh, it's just handwriting, penmanship. Yeah, there we go.
You know, just et cetera, et cetera. I'm one of the few people that I think in our generation that might have actually learned cursive.
Oh, I learned cursive.
After my class, they actually stopped teaching cursive in middle school. And I was like, man, that's pretty messed up, man.
Well, we're going to have Ivy in here for Stellar, but this is not a shock to anybody. So we head into maps where the Sombra is going to be less effective. But yeah, the thing about cursive is, what was up with the B? Why was it like that? The B is the weirdest thing. When I was a kid, I could just never get behind that.
I think actually the Z was probably...
Oh, the Z was also weird.
The Z was the weirdest letter.
Cursive is a bad style. I'm so glad we're done with that.
I actually primarily write it. Print is just awful. My print looks like it's written by like a toddler. Whereas if I write in cursive usually, which I don't do my notes in, I know you're glancing at my notebook right now.
I was looking at your notebook. I'm like, I don't remember you writing in cursive.
I will write, if I'm writing like a nice, like a letter to somebody or something like that, which is obviously very rare, I will actually write in cursive. That's my natural style.
My primary, for my notes, is of course print, but my primary method of communication is keyboard, typing, Times New Roman. That's my style. But we're headed to Numbani. If I did not read that incorrectly here, so not a big surprise. A map that is very common right now in the meta. The best map for the Foxes, ironically. So O2 Ardeont going to try to challenge this. Will not be easy against the style of Overwatch Adora on the blades. Ivy looking to match those now with the sub in. It's going to be dive and dive now. Climax still there for the defense, though.
I was expecting to see the Hollywood yet again from O2. That was their choice when they lost Achilios versus Runaway. They were able to get that win. It did cost them dearly, however, because Runaway managed to get their hands on Volskaya and had that close to record-breaking finish with 5 minutes 58 on the clock. Oh, is the sign wrong?
It was. I think it was wrong.
Okay, the sign's wrong.
Either that or it was
Hollywood.
in cursive and I couldn't read it.
I didn't glance at it. I was taking you at your word. Maybe it said Nimbani.
Okay,
I'm not
this
sure.
makes sense. This makes a lot more sense.
I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at you.
I was looking at your handwriting, so I missed it, guys. So.
Oh, man.
Well, look, I can read your handwriting. I can read the print. We're going to Hollywood.
Womp, womp,
Gonna be an attack here.
Here we go.
With Climax, for now, showing the Widow. Is going to try to peek over the top to get some headshots in, hoping for maybe a Mercy, a boosted Widow defense for Fox. But that's not how they play. Going to be using the defensive EMPs here on point A. We'll see that probably fade away after we get to the third point, if we get that far. But still a solid opening for now. Climax going to make the switch over to the Tracer again.
All right, well, here we go. Pushing in. Hack comes down onto Yuckle. He's just going to kite back. Himself nice and safe. Zapping away versus Pumple. It's just a bit of a Winston battle here. Nora gonna get jumped on. He can't recall. He's gonna go low. Finally gets it right as that hack expires, but from across the way, Violet takes him down. Just chucking those orbs at him, and the first hit comes through here for O2. Gonna be a decent start. Makes his way up 50% of the way there to that EMP. Biotic Grenade takes down Rain, however. Maybe O2 are gonna have to surrender this push, but they get something. They don't walk away with a total loss.
They do get that tick. Dean actually getting dove on here. Good bio grenade to keep him alive, or else he would have actually had to pop that Transcendence. That could have been a disaster, but he does survive here. Close call, good play by Oporochi. One of our better Ana players in the league. Has no subs, so he's got to be good all the time. We've got a lot of great Ana players that have substitutes that play the Zen better, for example. See Amy, for example, in Runaway. Oh, right-click kill here. That's going to delay this quite significantly. Look at the difference in charge as well. Ivy's down on EMP charge. He's not known as a Sombra player, but on this point on point A, you have to run it, then switch. It's so ineffective to run other compositions with the Tracer right now. So he has to kind of flex to an off pick despite being subbed in here. Could switch to the Genji, but we've already burned through so much of the time. You don't want to do that. It's so reluctant.
Dawson now, EMP ready to go, jumps away with the translocator, comes back into the cafe. They have the sleep dart in on the Climax, and they will be able to take him down. Nicely done there by Oporochi, bundle lockdown, but now Pumple gonna go ahead and gets eliminated. Stan barely staying alive in that smack. This goes low enough. We'll get popped out here in the end, but O2 haven't really found their way back in onto the point quite yet. Nora comes forward, looks for the kill there on the Violet, but the sound barrier comes in, and it is just gonna be a sweet Foxes getting pushed in right into the dumpster. Pumple gonna go down even with the Primal Rage available. Cap's gonna be completed in one fell swoop. O2 explode forth and find that.
Very impressive sound barrier there by Rain. That was what secured them the final push on that point. It was looking like they might actually start getting desynced on the respawns there for a second, but he makes sure that they complete it. Saves the Zenyatta there. Climax now going to make the switch back to the Widow. Unfortunately, doesn't have control of the high ground just yet. Right now, Fox is playing well around his sight lines here.
Nora going to get picked off. Backline threat for the most part going to be eliminated. Primal Rage going to be used there by Pumple. The res from Oporochi will bring Nora back into the fight as Climax gets jumped on and will get taken down. But you can see the Pumple, he is still getting punished. Even with the pocket coming through from the Mercy, the Aura of Harmony, he still goes dangerously low and has to retreat back over to the Saloon.
That was a close call there. If he had died, that would have looked really bad, but because it worked, he looks like a genius. That was actually really efficient use of ultimates because he was able to get those picks and get the res off there and actually have a positive trade here to maintain control of the high ground so that Climax can't actually get those sight lines. We don't have a shot at Climax right now. I imagine he's still looking for it. Yeah, he just jumped up 10%. He's not going to make the switch. They really want to get him empowered.
Well, Adora very far forward, is looking for the post bomb, but he gets found. Zababa scoops up the kill with the help of Ivy. Another hack now as Ivy cannot use the EMP, but might just be able to save it here for a little bit longer. Self-destruct does actually take him down, and now Climax is going to get picked off by Need. Out sniping him there with the orbs yet again. Need just continues to be a very bloodthirsty support. If I was Doa, I will tell you how much I love it.
Overwatch just keeping himself alive and keeping everybody else alive with him, knowing that Climax was pushed back. He was so willing to play aggressively, gets so many heals done. He's built up another Valkyrie here. And he is playing such a good Mercy to make sure that Pummel and Stand 1 can push the boundaries of controlling this high ground to make sure that Climax could not control it with the Widow. Now Climax is going to make the... Sober hack again, oh no. Climax is going to make the switch to the Tracer, but that's not what they wanted to run it for. That's not what they wanted on this map, Pig. Right, they're going to get shut down.
Every now and then you all tab in the middle of the game and it freaks you out, but you get back in there in time to take down Violet. It's going to be Need finding yet another kill.
Take his Windows key off the keyboard.
Gotta go ahead and remove that one.
Well, this has been just an outclassing here on the defense from the Foxes.
Yeah, looking really good here. The jump forward yet again coming through. Violet taking down yet again. As soon as he comes back up, they just chase in, just eliminate the enemy. Heal
Valkyrie here too, keeping everybody alive. Oporochi is so good at this Mercy.
Well, self-destruct found Adora. Stand has been taken out as well, and Pummel with the Primal Rage is trying to kind of wait back to the remaining support of Need, who does have that Transcendence ready to go. Payload's going to be grabbed up by O2 yet again as they keep pushing forward, but it's been a massive time buy here for the side of the Foxes on this defense. They really bring them down under a minute.
It was a good EMP by Ivy to open this all up, but Sashin about to have his own. Because of all this time buying, they're going to have a great opportunity to have their ult advantage right at the end of this push, where staggers are so important. Yakum does not want to challenge this, might end up dying for it. Oh, looks like he's going to die regardless.
I mean, he's playing so far forward, just getting chunked out, just getting beaten there by Sas, and Ned jumps over to the side as he sees his teammates die. He's like, oh, hey, look, I'm dead too. He's Baba going to get delayed.
He knew he had the Primal Rage, but the team was not with him, so he basically just fed ult charge to the side of the Foxes here, who have a massive ult advantage, mostly in that EMP. Sasha's just going to look for the opening one here. Their goal is to prevent the Primal Rage or kill the supports. Saves it. Could have maybe gotten a kill on the Violet there, but decides it's not worth it.
I think he might have thought that Violet had the Transcendence available. Was trying to beat that one out, but it doesn't go through. Sasa now. Should he find the EMP? That's going to be Transcendence and Sound Barrier stacked on top by O2 as they try to get this completion here in overtime. Sasa comes in over the top. It's numerous members there with that EMP, but only Ivy's gone down so far. Now Need finds the kill on the Violet yet again. Orochi taken out. Pummel goes down. Need finds another one. He's the only member of Foxes actually finding killing blows here against the members of Ardeont. We'll just go ahead and ride this payload into the station with Seam. Recall comes through. 2.79 meters left to go. Sawson is going to get clipped out there by Climax. Pulse bomb in. Not going to find anything.
He's got a remag. They've got to be careful. This is coming up.
Self-destruct up. It's going to zone them back here for the moment.
Huge
damage. Goes low. Stand back in. Pummel rejoining, but he's hacked out. Can't use the Primal Rage. Still, 2.79, you'll have to go. Need finds a double kill. Climax and Ivy taken down, and Foxes suddenly have the man advantage. Hubaba knocked out, and it's just going to be Violet left in. Tries to tag back, but cannot do it. Nice hold comes through from Foxes. Huge time by holding the payload in one spot. They get a little bit close in that OT push, but ultimately cannot make it to be.
The scariest part there was when Sashin came in with his EMP, because that was the moment when they were losing the fight. He came in with the second translocation EMP. Like you said, the first one was definitely looking for either a kill onto the Zen or a fake out on the Transcendence, trying to fake him to use it, but he didn't have to, or sorry, he didn't use it because it wasn't worth it. Transcendence wasn't pulled, so he got to another awkward situation where he had to use it when they were already losing the fight after being reset with his Translocator cooldown. But he came in there and bought enough time for Stand 1 to get on the point. Stand 1 eats a Pulse Bomb, so lives twice as long as he would have normally, then gets the ability to self-destruct on top of the point at a nice angle where he does a ton of damage to the Winston actually on the other side. So damaging Yakpung, making it easier to clean him up, gets the remech there, and then eventually it's longer runbacks for O2 at this point. Vox is having the spawn advantage, so really well played there. There was a crisis moment. Sasha's EMP bought enough time for Stand 1 to play it cool, and needless to say, no pun intended, getting those double kills when the backline dive was there was it was pretty fantastic. He's got an insane KDA today. We're not seeing a lot of his first-person views, but if you watch the kill feed, you're seeing that he is getting a lot of these finishing blows. Which is,
yeah, it's been beautifully done from him. Honestly, Need is just popping off with that Zenyatta, fragging out of his mind. See if he can do just the same here as we move over to attack. But right now, Pumple is showing us the Reinhardt.
I don't think
yeah, okay. This is what I anticipated, but this is going to be O2 going for the full hold. They have that McCree, they've got the Roadhog ready to go.
It's an anti-dive setup with the Roadhog and the Junkrat, so they're trying to use concussive mines to peel. And Climax is going to be the big damage dealer here. That's why they're running the Zenyatta to tank bust here. The hooks can obviously shut down squishies instantly, so can Junkrat, but Climax is the tool to tank bust, of course, obviously with the Orisa that has basically unlimited ammo with the Discord Orbs. It's a very standard defense here on Hollywood, and one of O2 Ardeont's favorites with Climax, so Boxers are going to have to find a way to approach this. Most likely it's going to be opened up with an EMP, but even building an EMP right now is going to take a lot of time. It's not safe.
Discord Orb in, bombs come through, and a hook looks like from the Roadhog, and Pumple goes down now. Stand as well, going to be eliminated. As they keep moving closer and closer to these ultimates on the side of O2. That right click in, Need's going to go down. And held at bay so far, haven't really built up much.
Sasha's not willing to continue to do this. They are going to make the switch to the quad tank Moira because it would be ideal to build an EMP, obviously, but unfortunately just not an opportunity with such a tight-knit defense set for O2 Ardeont. They're just going to go in here, look for a white
tank. Charging again, we'll see if they can get it. Mama. Targeted out a little bit there by the Zarya. Hook
so much
in onto Ivy. He goes low and gets taken down. Need finds the kill, and he had the Reptire available. Dawson falling down. Climax fan in the hammer, trying to get the break there on a Pumple shield. Can't quite do it. Can't quite get the kills. Drops down. Deadeye ready to go, but cannot find any finishing blows. Dawson will be eliminated. The whole hog takes down Stan, and maybe this quad tank just will not be working out. Seems like that's going to be the case.
Realistically, they didn't do a lot of damage with this. Only half of the Graviton Surge built here. Not even half of an Earthshatter. They got the kill into Junkrat, but that's it. Climax always had the high ground. They didn't have any way to deal with him up there. He did massive damage. Loved how Violet used his Transcendence early in the fight to make sure he'd be safe. This didn't do what they wanted. They wanted to either win the point straight up in a fast time or build enough ultimates to where the second push would guarantee it. They got neither. So this might not even take it either. We're starting to talk about really small time banks after that. Taking the approach now here. Pumple eating a ton of damage, but they got the Moira.
Yeah, sound barrier out here from the side of O2. And remember, there's not going to be a Soulbird to try to deny that shield away. Self-destruct goes up into the air. Stand looking for a pick. Manages to find one there on a Climax.
That's the most important one.
And that flashbang took down Pumple. Yakpung eliminated. Going to be the 2-for-1 so far here. Stand gets knocked out of the mech yet again. Reptire comes in. Takes down Overwatch, but they still have Need. And he's got that coalescence. They're going to go ahead. Roll that one through. Groundhog Surge grabs up two of them. Ivy and Rain gonna be ripped apart. And now it's basically just Humbaba. Takes a breather, gets some HP back, reduces that damage taken, but it's not gonna be enough to withstand the onslaught coming through from Foxes. They find the kills. They're picking them off one after the other here. On the re-entry, they will get this cap onto point A. They still have to make it to B. There was a very admirable defense there from the side of O2. We'll see how they manage it on the street space.
Stand 1 self-destruct killing Climax was the hole in the hole strategy for O2 Ardeont. So difficult to kill the McCree. His positioning was so good on the high ground. Self-destruct catching him at a weird angle, blows him up instantly. No healing can protect him there. No one can stop that from going through when the barrier's down. He's killed, they can't break through the tanks. Graviton Surge, he doesn't even have to worry about how he uses it because there's no diva in the defensive setup, so you just toss it into the corner. That was really well done by the Foxes. Yeah, very impressive push there.
Oh, and Climax, here we go. Little Maker gonna start rolling through. Adora trying to match, but already gets taken down. Just getting a couple shots there in onto Need. We'll be able to heal up. They need to take down Climax. That opens up so much space for the Foxes. So far, they're playing this one very slowly with just 2.5 minutes on the clock.
Climax with good line of sight here. This was the issue earlier. He couldn't get it. Now he's got it by default on defense.
Jump up, Tumble gonna go low, gets spammed back up a little bit there by the Coalescence invested by Need. They'll be able to trade out there as Yakpuk goes down, Climax as well, falling below half HP. Gets hopped back up by the Lucio, and Need will fall in the end as Rain plays for his life. Halo's been moving up in the meantime. They buy some space. With that self-destruct, and Adora finally finds a shot there on the Ivy after missing several.
Yeah, just finding the ground shots here despite not being able to control the high ground. They're avoiding Climax's line of sight. Widowmaker versus Widowmaker is half about aim and half about line of sight. You can't do anything if you can't actually get a line of sight to even try to aim at someone, try to hit their head.
Not only that, but it's also just changing up your angle.
Yeah, you've got a flank. That's a huge factor right now in this meta.
Taken down again. Climax still does have that infra sight ready to go. Hasn't popped it yet.
Doesn't need it yet.
Yeah, knows that they're just all having to go ahead and spill through the choke point.
Ivy finds an angle here at the back.
Around the back, throws it down. Look at the view as everybody else piles inside, and Violet's gonna go down. Ivy follows suit. Good opening frags to the side of the Foxes. Sound barriers invested on either side as well. Violet died with that Transcendence ready to go. Baba absolutely ripped apart here on the cart. Yakpuk goes down, and Foxes will gain a lot of distance here on this push.
They know that he has the remix. They know that Yakpuk has the primal rage. Those are the two things they want to deny with this next push, and knows where the positioning here is of Sash, and he wants to hit the tanks with a right-click hack here to make sure they can finish this push. He doesn't have the EMP to do that, so he's going to have to do it with a manual right-click. Not going to be easy to get in there, but he's finding an angle now.
Ivy finds the pick off there on the Need, and Pummel falls down, so it seems like Yakpuk can just go ahead, chase it, try to get these staggered kills without having to use his ultimate at all. So still 3 ready to go here on the side of O2, and Foxes have one more push to try to make this happen, to try to go up 2-0 in this series.
Already revealed are the members coming in here, tanks leading the charge. Sasha's the only member they haven't seen yet that they're really concerned about, but they have this better formation, they have better line of sight with Climax on this high ground Widow. And he's even going to go for the flank here as they dive in. This is so difficult to deal with. Found Sasha as well.
Climax fired from the back, doesn't find anything, but Pummel will go down. Baba knocked out of the back, but they need to get Violent if they want to complete this. He still has the Transcendence ready to go. He can delay this quite a bit. Ivy comes forward, throws down that EMP, looking for the pick. As Climax does go down, Sasha finding that kill and building up for an EMP of his own. 83% hack down onto Yakpuk, zapping away, just looking to pop stand out of the mech, but has not been able to do it. They chase forward, they get rid of the monkey. O2, no tank line available. Ivy and Violet both go down. EMP out from Sassen, and I think they might have actually done this. They're going to push forward here in OT. Climax now moving forward, trying to tag in onto the payload, trying to stop this one from advancing.
Not going to happen.
The hack comes in, they boop it back, they get the kill, and Foxes manage to close out Hollywood.
What a close call there, but Sashin comes in, he's the hero, gets those backline picks. Wasn't able to get the hacks he was looking for to stop the primal rage, but still did enough consistent damage there at the end to flip the fight. They took a scrappy one, but they were able to make it work. Would not have happened had Stand 1 not hit that self-destruct on point A to kill Climax. The map is how O2 Ardeont tried to win this map type, of course, hybrid. They chose the map that suited Climax's playstyle, where he had the ability to play the Widow, had the ability to play the McCree that was protected. Two great heroes for him. He excelled on both, but the teamwork and the coordination of Foxes to eliminate those, their flexibility on compositions where we saw them switching several times on their DPS, even going to the quad tank to force that grab on point 8 where we saw the self-destruct into the Graviton. These types of flexibilities that we're seeing from the Foxes is why they have the better teamwork, is why they're winning out against better mechanical players on the side of O2 Ardeont. Climax was the better Widow there. Definitely, obviously, the only McCree, but he is the better McCree of the two hit scam players. Like, Sasha is not going to be playing McCree anytime soon in this series, but it's not enough when the coordination to defeat your mechanical skill is better than your actual mechanics. It's kind of a, okay, my team is playing around my skill here, but that's the limit. That's as far as it goes versus flexibility having the understanding and the mechanics and teamwork to run multiple different compositions, that sort of communication that's required there. And you know, we're seeing it, I'm starting to see this sort of happen with several teams. Blossom is another big glaring team that is always reliant on Ons' Widow, and he is a fantastic Widow. But unfortunately, you know, you need to have that flexibility or you're not going to be a world-class team.
Well, they finally started shifting away from it a little bit, putting Ons over onto the Tracer as well. But yeah, I mean, just trying to make that Widowmaker work, falls short, and you can already see it there. Just a couple seconds ago on the screen. It's going to be Stellar coming back in with Ivy going back over to the bench. So different style of approach, it would seem, as O2 gets ready to go over on to Assault. They lost on their map pick. Hollywood was where they were able to beat Runaway. Now you really have to start getting concerned for them. We'll see what they're going to select as we get ready to go on to Assault for our third map. But it's a 2-0 start here for the side of the Foxes, who look very strong against O2 Ardeont, looking for that upset. We'll see if they can get it when we come back from the break.